What's up, friends? I'm back. Your girl Millie Peartree here today. We're gonna make one of my favorite party staples, a chicken wing with a hibiscus barbecue sauce. Again, you know I love to go into the pantry and get some staples out. So we have some onions, we have some scallions, we have lots of dried seasonings and herbs, things you have in the back of your cupboard that we're gonna bring them out today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a saucepan and we're gonna add some extra virgin olive oil. And I have some onions and some scallions, and we're gonna sweat these out a little bit. I'm gonna grab some salt and pepper from my little spice tray here. While this sweats, let's go into my spice blend here. I have some dry mustard, I have some oregano, I have some thyme, paprika, salt, pepper, and some chili powder. And we have these dried hibiscus flowers, also known in Jamaican culture and Caribbean cultures as sorrel. And they use it for cakes, and you can also use it in tea. So in this recipe in particular, this is spicy, this is smoky, and what the hibiscus is gonna do is gonna add a level of tang. Okay, so now that we have our onions and scallions sweated, we're gonna add some garlic. That smells absolutely delicious already. And here we go with our spices. Get those in there. There was a time when I started to cook early on. I used to add my spices at the end. Like, you know, once you add your liquid and everything, but it makes a world of difference to toast your spices. It makes people come downstairs in your house, come into the kitchen, and that's when you put them to work, have them wash some dishes. So now we have some tomato paste. Get that in there. We have some molasses, some sweetness. We're gonna add our apple cider vinegar, water, and our hibiscus. Okay, we're gonna give this a good mix. And our last ingredient for this process is a Scotch bonnet pepper. And we're just gonna pierce it. These are extremely hot, and piercing it, it releases the flavor without making it overwhelmingly hot. But if you can take it, chop it up and put it in there. Okay, drop it in. But I'm letting you know now, it's hot. Okay, lid. I'm gonna let her simmer. So now that we have our sauce on the stove to simmer, it's gonna take a little bit of time. So I think this is the perfect time for you to like and subscribe to Food 52. And I'm gonna clean up and I'm gonna meet you back here in a little bit and get those chicken wings started. We got our seasonings. You can season them however you like to season your chicken. I'm just gonna keep it simple. I have some paprika, some salt, some pepper, some garlic powder. I'm gonna add all of our seasonings on top of our chicken. We're gonna add some oil so it can stick. I'm not even gonna use these tongs. We're just gonna go right in here, okay? Sometimes I feel like the best kitchen utensils are your hands. Okay, so chicken, and we have a baking sheet with a rim. It has a rack on top, just to drain some of the fat. And we're gonna put them in a single layer. Leave a little bit of space in between because we don't want it to steam. And it does get slightly crispy. It's not fried chicken crispy, but it does have some crunch to it. So that's what we mean when we say it gets crispy. The oil will help that. It does have skin on it. We're gonna pop our chicken into a preheated 400-degree oven for about 30 minutes or so, flipping halfway through. So our sauce has been simmering, and we are gonna remove our Scotch bonnet pepper. Now, again, this is totally optional. If you want your sauce super spicy, leave it in. But if you want the spicy flavor, that's not gonna kill you. Let me stop saying it's gonna kill you, it's not gonna kill you. But I know all my island people, they'll keep that Scotch bonnet right in there. So our sauce is nice and chunky, and we're cooking it until all the flavors are combined and the hibiscus flowers are soft and tender. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend it. So it's a little chunky. I'm gonna put a little towel over here because I don't wanna ruin my church clothes. See, I got my blouse on today. And we're just gonna blend. So my barbecue sauce is relatively thick, so I'm gonna add some water to it, a couple tablespoons at a time. So we blended our sauce. We have it to a nice smooth consistency. And then we're going to add some honey to it for sweetness, because we have all that tang and smoke and spice. And we're gonna give her a taste. Ooh, that's good. I'm gonna hit it with a skint of salt. And our chicken wings, let's just sauce them up. Okay, our same cooking sheet that we used earlier. We're gonna put these back in the oven. That sugar that we just put in there is gonna caramelize on top of these wings. So depending on the size of your chicken, these aren't completely cooked yet. They need about another 20 minutes or so. So we're gonna pop them back in the oven for another 20 minutes, but we're gonna flip them 10 minutes halfway. And after that, we're gonna eat. Hot chicken coming through. I want me a piece, and she's tender. Boom, pull the bone right out. We're gonna pull the bone out because I know how y'all think, okay? There we go. We have the spiciness from the Scotch bonnet pepper. You taste the sugar, the molasses. I always say, do not just sauce your chicken. Make sure you have a lot of seasoning in the chicken. For my kitchen and yours, I hope you try this recipe, and happy eating.